can really be so peaceful. It's just how we think about life really changes how peaceful it actually is. Never felt so much at peace with myself and my own quality time, but it's definitely worth it. You can really find peace. You just have to ask God to help you in that, because I'm not gonna lie, a year ago I would not find myself doing this type of stuff. You just enjoy everything, to the nature, to the little animals, the birds, the squirrels. Like, this life is really peaceful. And don't get so caught up in the things you gotta do all the time. Do them, but your mindset really changes how your life is. So you can really live a life of peace by yourself too. I hope y'all understand that. You don't need anybody but God, honestly. People are gonna help you though, for sure. And make sure you surround yourself with the right people to find peace within yourself as well. So we stress about things that we have no control of. And of course it's gonna make you stress. You can't control it. So make sure that you give those things that you're stressing about to God. And the things you can control, do everything in your ability to make sure that that goes well. But also don't stress about it either. Allow God to work in you and work in your situations where you find yourself stressful or stressed in. It's important to just give it to God. Like, I can't say this enough. Make sure you surround yourself with people that are gonna get you to that place you wanna be, and guide you and give you the good advice that you need, and not surround yourself with people that wanna fit in with what the world's doing. Like that famous saying, you are who you hang out with. Now, I don't know if the wind is doing me dirty right now, but you are who you hang around with. If you struggle with cursing, don't surround yourself with people that curse. If you struggle with lust, people that make dirty jokes, people that say lustful things or have lustful thoughts, don't surround yourself with them. My circle has decreased a lot, but the value has gotten bigger. And the value I find in myself is also getting bigger. Don't stress so much about having a lot of friends, because honestly, having more friends is probably more stressful than having like 2 or 3 that go guide you in the spiritual side, will help you on the spiritual side and on the physical side. I'd rather have 2 friends that are gonna tell me the truth, hold me accountable, and push me to what I want to do, and let me know when I'm doing wrong, than 100 friends that are just there when I'm doing my best only. I want to hear the real thing. I want to hear what's really going down. Like, at the same time, speaking about circle, you got to make sure that you're able to be by yourself first, because then you start to rely on others to cope with loneliness. And I understood that the hard way, but the fact that it was the hard way helped me learn how to actually do it myself. Once you get used to being alone, you realize that you're not actually alone, if you know what I mean. When you take your own quality time for yourself to do things that protect your peace, do things that move you up spiritually, you realize that at the end of the day, God was with you the whole time. And God was saying in another video, things like reading the word, praying, protecting your peace, picking your circle, they're all your decisions. So if you're in the right mind about your decisions, then you're going to make the right decisions. Now, if you're unsure about certain decisions, make sure you pray about it, of course. But just be able to be by yourself and also surround yourself with the right people. Because if you're seeking friends all the time, then you really have to check yourself and the reason why you want to seek friends. If you're seeking friends just based off the fact that you're lonely, instead of seeking friends for accountability, growth, people to enjoy your time with, like, there's a big difference. It's good to have friends, honestly, but you don't need friends, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm sounding contradictory, but find yourself in God. Why do I have this so much? Find yourself in God. Don't find it in other people or things. Because God is the creator of humans. So if you stay close to the person that created you, you start to understand yourself. You'll know what friends to choose. You'll know what decisions to make for career. You know what decisions to make for your future. and you'll know what decisions to make in the present. Our decisions really make our life. Like, the things you decide are gonna either build your life up or bring it down. And that also goes with friends. They're gonna either build you up or bring you down. I bring it as the simple fact of, like I was saying before, if they curse, don't hang around people that curse. If they smoke and you've smoked before and you've been trying to get rid of the habit of smoking or stop smoking in general, then don't hang around people that smoke. Your circle really matters. If you surround yourself with people that are about God, that love God, and want to be better for God, you're gonna want to do the exact same thing too. Very important. If you surround yourself, even another example, if you surround yourself with people that are rich, what is your mindset gonna be if you hang out with them every single day? You're gonna want to be rich too. It's the same thing. But like I said already, if you want to find friends, make sure that you're fine by yourself first. Unless God has ordained a person to help you and lift you up, then that's obviously different. But a lot of people are searching for friends to cope or hanging out with people instead of dealing with their own personal problems. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. We have to confront our problems. We have to give them to God, pray, be in our word, and allow God to work in us. Don't push away your problems by hanging out with people, because I'm guilty of that too. I'll be happy hanging out with my friends, but then when I go home, I'm struggling with sadness, I'm struggling with depression, I'm struggling with anxiety. It's just make sure that God is the first person that's your actual friend. Like I said, your circle matters, bro. Like, I'm not with friends right now, but you can see that my mindset with God already fulfills that void in me that, oh, I need somebody. The sentence "I need somebody" is already crazy in itself. Say things like, oh, I need friends, I need a girlfriend, or I need a boyfriend. Like, that's filling a void in yourself, because you don't need anybody but God. And once you feel that need, the need for God goes away, and then the need for that person starts to strengthen. I don't know if I said that right, but we don't need anybody. You can want friends, you can want a relationship, but you need God. There's the difference between a want and a need, and I hope y'all know that all we need is Jesus. Like, it's just that simple. All we need is Jesus. Also, if you want friends, and you've been praying about friends in general, make sure that you're a good friend yourself. Make sure that you bring something to the table in a friendship. Not just allowing that person to help you only. You have to also help them in an area. You have to also bring them up in an area too. It's not just a 100-0 type friendship. You have to bring something as well. And that's why you have to work on yourself before getting into a friend group or having a friend. Because true friendship, there's accountability. True friendship, there is gonna be things said that you might not like, but it helps build your character because they love you or they care for you. If you seek friends, or if you want friends, make sure that you're also a good friend yourself. You can be asking for, ooh, I want a friend that can help me, that can get me, motivate me, but you don't even do that. And you don't even do that for yourself, so how are you gonna do it for somebody else? Find yourself in God, and then allow God to do the rest. And you pray about it. God will give it to you at the right time, at the perfect moment. And don't doubt it. Have faith in what you pray for, always. It's gonna happen if God really wants it to, and if you work towards it. But it starts on the inside. Everything in this world is gonna start on the inside. Once you focus on the inside, once you focus on the spiritual problems, once you focus on that anxiety, that overthinking, that depression, that whatever it is, then the physical starts to show what the inside is being worked on. It starts to change your character when you work on the inside. Push away our problems, they're never gonna be solved. Why'd I say it like that? If we push away our problems, they're never gonna be solved. So confront your sin. I should just say that in general. Just confront your sin. Confront your insecurities. Confront the things with God, though. Be vulnerable with Jesus. Be vulnerable with God. He's going to change the way you think. He's going to change the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you walk. God's gonna do everything that he needs to do in your character if you allow him to. And with accountability, make sure that they're not speaking hate and calling it accountability or judgment. Because hate doesn't come from love. Hate comes from hate. Hate comes from a jealousy point of view. It comes from an area where it's not from God. So make sure that the friends that you have are not breaking you down with the what's so-called accountability that they think they're giving you, when in reality they're just jealous or hating on your character or hating on what you're doing. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's very important to understand the difference between accountability and just hate. A lot of people mix up, I'm righteously judging you, but they just hated on you. Like, people really take that out of context because they take out the love aspect of judging and then say it's judging righteously when it's not. All right, now let me give an example of the difference between accountability and the difference between hate. So for example, let's say you're not doing the best spiritually, you're inconsistent, and you're not reading your word or praying like that. So the accountability side would be like, I'm gonna put it like they're speaking to me. Like, all right, Ezekiel, you need to read your word. You need to be more consistent. We need to stop playing games with God and allow God to work in us. Allow God to work in our hearts and renew our minds, because he's the one that changes lives. And the only one that can make that decision is you. The only one that can change that and your consistency is your decision to actually decide to read your word and pray. All right, now that's accountability. Hate would be, bro, just get better. Like, it's not even that hard. It's mad simple. Like, you're just overcomplicating it. Like I do it all the time. Like, why can't you? Like, why is it so hard for you, bro? Like, you hear the difference between accountability and hate? I hope this was a good example, because I don't want to just sound like I'm yapping, but like, make sure you have friends that build you up, bro. If you don't have friends, make sure that the friends that you're looking for, that they do that. And if you have friends already, make sure that they do that. Maybe even ask for advice and see what they say. Make sure they're not speaking out of hate or jealousy. Make sure that they're actually holding you accountable and speaking with love. Hate and love are the total opposite. So the angle's probably different, but hope you guys are blessed by this video. Hope you guys learned something. I hope I didn't just speak randomly, but these are the things that usually come to mind when I'm out here, because I have a clear conscience about certain things, and I feel like God just puts them in my heart to speak about, even if it's two different topics or not. But just know that your circle matters, and allow God to work in you, so you can also bring something to the table as well when you're looking for a friendship or whatever it is that you're looking for. Make sure that you are right spiritually before it. Unless God has called that person to help your spiritual life and you're not the best spiritually, but that's obviously a different story. But make sure that you surround yourself with the right people that love God, people that want to do better, people that want to stay consistent reading the word, want to pray, want to worship. And yeah, just make sure that you surround yourself with those people, and realize that we're all imperfect as well. So when I was talking about like the hate speech and judgment, things like that, it happens, but make sure it's not happening all the time to a point where it's diminishing your value, because we're all imperfect. We all make mistakes. We all say the wrong thing sometimes, and we do the wrong thing. So, but that's why we all need God in the first place. And if we're consistently with God and allowing God to work in us, it happens less often. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank y'all. God bless you guys.